I'm Leah Turley, Creative Artistic Director for the Appalachian Artist Collective, and this is A.E. Gill, our playwright for our next production of Toad Wife, right here at St. Albans City Park. So I noticed when I moved back to West Virginia that theater for young audiences weren't kind of being given the weight or the professionalism that they deserved. So we decided as a group to kind of come together and do something for theater for young audiences, not children's theater. They're different things. So theater for young audiences essentially is professional actors doing work for children's theater. So all of the characters are adults. They are professional actors. They are members of our company. They will come in and perform one of the most beautiful scripts I've ever read in my life, which is Toad Wife by A.E. Gill. And all of the characters speak in an Appalachian dialect. I know other Appalachian children who spent their whole life trying to get rid of their dialect, myself being one. So now they can come see characters that are fantastical and whimsical and think bigger and brighter, and yet they still have an Appalachian dialect. The idea of doing outdoor theater, which is kind of scary in and of itself, came because I noticed all of our city parks, our state parks, have these beautiful amphitheater spaces that are not being utilized at all. They're rather old and in disrepair. We have the opportunity to work with St. Albans City Park. They have been such a great partnership to us that they are willing to make some upgrades to their space so that other theater companies, other musicians, other people can come and really take advantage of these venues. And we have such a beautiful amount of natural resources in West Virginia. There's no reason that we shouldn't be using those resources as a part of theatrical production. Theater doesn't only happen in beautiful, amazing, large auditoriums. Theater can happen literally anywhere. And the idea that we're doing something really unexpected, that we're taking you to this whimsical, fantastical place that exists in the Appalachian Mountains. So we're trying to just give kids an idea of the place where they're from is much bigger and much darker, and amazing, beautiful things can happen in the forest. So we are very, very lucky at Appalachian Artist Collective. Over a period of almost 4 years, we have gathered some of the best artists that live locally. So some of the incredible artists that will work with us are Christopher Lee Clark. He is our set designer. He has some of the most specific, beautiful aesthetic I've ever seen. It's fantastical. It's whimsical. His work literally transports you to someplace better and darker and more interesting than where you are right now. We're also working with A.E. Gill. I love her work. Her language, the poetry that she kind of forces into these really beautiful words, and knowing that they'll be said in an Appalachian dialect is enough poetry for me as well. We're also bringing in, of course, the most beautiful, amazing woman in the entire world, Emily Basile. Without her, I would have quit a billion years ago. She's an incredible photographer. Also joining us is Mariah Plant and Mandy Harper, who have previously worked as interns for Appalachian Artist Collective. They're two unbelievable actresses. As soon as Ash told me that it was going to be that Toad Wife was going to feature twin girls, I thought immediately of Mariah and Mandy. They mirror each other in such a beautiful way. So I can't wait to see what comes of this and them on stage, because they will blow us out of the water. We also have an amazing company that's backing us up and making sure that everything we're doing is cohesive. Justin Skidmore, Patrick Means, Nora Ankrum, they are all incredible actors and artists in their own right, and we are lucky enough to have them join us. And the coolest thing about Appalachian Artist Collective is that we are a profit share company. Every single dollar we make goes back into the company. We pay everyone who works for us. So every dollar that you donate is going directly back into our community and back into our company. All of the money stays right here in West Virginia. We don't rent costumes. We don't rent sets. Every single dollar will go to an artist to create what you see. So you may be familiar with Appalachian Artist Collective and the work we've been doing since December of 2012. We first started out with the Tennessee Williams Project, which was with Evan Wilson. That was our very first venture into producing theater. We then moved on to Lisa Diamore's Detroit, which was a really cool show that mirrored what was happening right here in West Virginia that had already happened in Detroit. Then we mounted probably the most complicated play we could have imagined, which was The Twilight Zone. It took us over a year to get the performance rights. And basically I just sent an email, a fax, a letter, and called every single day for 3 months until finally someone emailed me back and said, we will let you have the performance rights if you just stop contacting us. And that totally worked for me. We also have done a ton of collaborations with other theater companies. We work at the Alban regularly. We are so grateful for our partnership with the Alban Arts and Conference Center. I recently produced, in collaboration with them, Hedda Gabler by Henrik Ibsen. I also worked with A.E. Gill and Arts Resources for the Tri-State in Huntington to create her adaptation of Medea by Euripides. So the idea is that we're continually trying to make theater better for everyone across the board. Let's up the quality, let's up the ability of education and theater so that we're all creating better work. I think that's what Appalachian Arts Collective is truly here to do. And all of that time, while we were working on those plays, we were also producing Voices of the Mountain, which was a theater production that was in collaboration with Explore and Soar in Boone County Schools. We went into Boone County Schools and taught a playwriting class for middle school students, and whatever plays they came up with, they then produced on stage, and we brought in professional actors to recreate their works. So it was we've had an amazing 3 years, but now we're ready to do something even more amazing, and I think that's what Toad Wife is for us. It takes a lot of money to do what it is that we do. We are a for-profit company. We do not receive any grant funding, state or federal. Everything that we create comes from our pockets and the pockets of people that know and love us. And we can do a lot with very, very little. So any amount of money you can give, I can put toward lights, paint, wood, nails. I'm going to need a lot of materials to create something as beautiful as has been written for us in Toad Wife. So if you can give any single amount, this even little bit, can be very, very helpful to us. Tell your friends, tell your family. What we're doing in West Virginia, no one else is doing. So we need your help to make it really, really successful so that future generations of young artists have a place to go so they can learn, produce, and make amazing theater for people in this community right here.
For supporting AAC's production of Toad Wife, here are the rewards that will come your way. At $10, donors will receive a thank you and shout out on social media and within the program of the show. At $15, donors will receive a personal message from the Toad, a thank you and shout out on our social media page, and also a listing in our program. At $25, AAC will send you a personalized postcard and all the other awards above. At $50, a t-shirt and lots of love. At $100, all the rewards up to this point. At $250, original production sketches by our scenic designer. At $3,000, you could produce the whole show and bring this production to life. With your $3,000 donation, you will receive an original production sketch by our scenic designer, Christopher Lee Clark, as well as a signed and framed Toad Wife poster by our graphic designer, Chris Woodall, and signed and framed script pieces by our playwright, Ash Gill, and of course, all of the rewards above, including all the thank yous and shout-outs, postcard, AAC t-shirt, production sketches, and 4 more items. Thank you for taking the time to watch this AAC production video.